Several victims had ties to a high school in Santa Cruz. KPIX 5 Joe Vazquez says that one student was celebrating her birthday with a 3-day diving trip.
Students here at Pacific Collegiate School are in mourning after learning that 2 students and the parents of one of those students were aboard the Conception when it caught fire. We've confirmed through an immediate family member that Pacific Collegiate student Tia Salika was celebrating her 17th birthday aboard the boat with her parents, Stephen Salika and Diana Adamic. One of Tia's friends from school was also along for the adventure when flames overtook the vessel. This newly released video shows the moment the Coast Guard arrived early Monday morning. A couple on a neighboring vessel were able to save the crew members who had jumped off the burning boat. Bob and Shirley Hansen say the crew members were distraught and insisted there was nothing they could do to save the passengers because the flames had trapped them in their sleeping quarters below.
I said, well, you should have had 2 exits there. And he says, we do. He said, but the one in aft was already on fire also. So they were just trapped in there.
And he cried because he said they celebrated 3 birthdays that night. And one of them was a 17-year-old girl who was there with her parents.
The boat sank. Officials say it is unlikely anyone else survived. Families are now giving officials DNA samples of their loved ones to help identify the victims.
It is never an easy decision to suspend search efforts.
The organizer of the Labor Day scuba trip is also among those still missing, presumed dead tonight. Christy Finstad's brother posted on Facebook that, quote, "It is likely she has transitioned to be with the good Lord." In Santa Cruz, Joe Vazquez, KPIX 5.
Steve Salika and another victim, Dan, both worked at Apple tonight. The company told us, quote, Steve was a 30-year Apple veteran whose energy and enthusiasm touched so many people. He met his wife at Apple. Dan was as passionate about his job at Apple as he was about his love of diving. Also tonight, one family in Stockton has suffered an especially hard blow. They lost 5 members of their family in this fire. 3 daughters were aboard the Conception, celebrating their father's birthday with their stepmom.
You know deep down that it's true that, you know, they've passed on. Evan, she's the oldest, like I said, and she loved to dive with her dad too. Nicole, she was amazing, you know, good-hearted. Angela, she was a teacher. Amazing person too, affected so many kids' lives.
Now, the family had been on the boat before and say the daughters loved spending time together. You can join the KPIX 5 morning team for the very latest developments on this story. Will be starting at 4:30. And Jonathan Vigliotti will be live in Southern California for CBS this morning to report on this starting at 7. You can always get the latest details on this story and others on KPIX.com.